I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. Y'all, it is the weekend. Today is Friday. Yay! July the 28th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know what? I don't know if it's because I'm in a good mood today, but I enjoyed this episode. So I'm going to give it a 7. It was solid to me. Let's get into it. So, first of all, let me go to my notes, child. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start with Molly and Christina. Y'all know my little, friend is here. My little shadow is right beside me. So, we're going to start with Molly and Christina. Christina goes over and Molly says, well, Sam has already been here, got gifts. And so she brings a little pony or something that I guess they used to play with in childhood. And she was like, oh my gosh. So they sit down and they start talking. And then they start speaking on Christina's uh, relationship and, how she feels and how she still thinks about Kiefer sometimes. And at first she tried to play like, no, I don't. But hold on a minute. But anyway, so she was talking about that and how, it's bringing up a lot of memories for her because she's dealing with troubled teens and they're in abusive relationships, some of them. And even though she would like to say she's over what happened to her, she's still not. And Molly is, not distraught, but she's upset because she said there were so many times I heard you crying and I would ask you what's wrong, and you would be like nothing, and I didn't do anything, and she's upset with herself, and Christina just tells her don't be, because honestly, when somebody's in those type of relationships, until they want to get out, there's nothing you can do or say. You get it? And I don't mean to laugh, it's just like there's nothing you can do or say, and it's frustrating to watch, but they're gonna be where they want to be until they get fed up. So moving right along. um, then they start talking about the youth center, and Christina says I think she feels like she has, and what is that, imposter syndrome? She just feels like, what if I can't be what they need? And so Molly just tells her, go take a management class, study, do what you need to do, learn, educate yourself, and that's it, y'all. It wasn't a bad scene. I'm just not interested, and I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to get into this storyline. Like, I actually watched their scene today, and normally I'm in and out, like my mind is all over the place when they're when they're doing it. I have to rewind and try to do it again. But yeah, that's that on that. Let's move on. So then we see Nina tries to talk to Sonny, right? But then Ava comes in and he like, girl, I gotta go. And so he hangs up because she was trying to tell him that Michael is an issue for her. And so she was like, okay. So then we see Carly goes and she speaks to Michael. He's handling business and he's getting irritated because the people giving him the wrong numbers. And so Carly talks to him and she says, give me information about Sonny. He said, I don't have any. You could probably give me more information. He said, Dex not saying anything. He said, but it's good that we have Dex, so we can know Sonny's illegal movements. I said, didn't you just call him dad? But okay, sir. And she said, it's more than that. You actually want Sonny, like that Dex is taking care of Sonny and looking out for him. And he was like, maybe. And she said, that's all I could ask for, whatever. She give him a hug, and Michael just, ugh. So we'll see with that child. But she ends up leaving, and then Nina comes and she speaks to Michael. And he was like, what's going on? And she says, listen, Michael, Willow and I are making progress. And they are. They are. And Willow is more open to Nina. And she said, and I would like for you to be open to me as well. Now, on one hand, if Nina had, I see this. I see where she would, because Michael has, like, when she was there the other night with Wiley and Willow, he was rude. He was rude. He can't hide it. He can't hide the way he feels. So she says, Willow knows it, but Willow is an adult and she can still make her own decisions. And she tells him, we have a better conversation when you're not around, sir. She says, soon Amelia and Wiley are going to get older and they're going to see the way you treat me. So she wants peace. She wants to make peace with him. And Michael, he don't really want to do that. And I'm like, sir, your mama has moved on to Drew. Now, Drew in prison, but your mom has moved on. I'm not saying make peace with Nina. I'm just saying hide it better. That's all I'm saying, because I get why he's upset with Nina or whatever. And so that's all she's asking for. So, anyways, Christina comes barging in. And she was like, "Oh, I didn't know. Am I interrupting something?" And Michael was like, "No, Nina's just leaving." And so Nina lets him know, whether you like it or not, we family, baby. And so you cannot like it, but I'm gonna be in their lives. And so she leaves. And then Christina tells Michael, "Bro, why the hell you gotta treat Nina like that?" And I said, "That's all I'm saying. Like, pretend a little bit better. That's it. Let's move on." So then we go, where do we go next? So Ava had walked in on Sonny and she said, "What are you doing?" Because Betty sent me a photo with Avery. He said, "Yeah, I told her to take her to the pool." And I said, "This is a good move actually, because if Sonny had just said no to Betty, then they wouldn't have known the next moves of Mason them. But now he's thinking that Betty can lead him to whoever her boss is. And so that's why he's letting her watch Avery. But he said he got Avery under surveillance and she's under protection. So it's all good or whatever. Lord, here come my he said it's all good or whatever. And so Ava was like, "This is not the ideal protection." Well, Ava, you wasn't doing any kind of protection. So she said, "She's violent, Sonny. She hit me. You want to let her get away with that. Because baby, she wouldn't have hit me like that." But people always say she would have did this to me. Like, that's me now. Oh, anyways, child. So Sonny said, "I got this under wraps, Ava. I got this. Just trust me." So then Avery ends up coming to Sonny's because they had been at the pool with Betty. And when they walk in, Sonny's like, "Let me Frank stay out here with Avery and come on, Betty and Ava, I need to talk." So they going in, Sonny goes in first, and Betty side eyeing Ava, "Get your butt up in there and sit down. Get on my nerves. Like, always get on my nerves. I can't stand this nanny. She playing her part, baby, because I can't stand her." But anyway, she come in and Sonny gives her a Benjamin for watching, taking Avery to the pool. And then he said, "Yeah, it looks good." And she said, "You want me to go back to your place?" He said, "No. Mm-mm. Girl, you ain't gonna see that man's place. And if you do, he gonna plant fake documents." So he said, "No, you can pick her up in the morning. That's it. You're done for the day." And so she leaves, and then the next week thing we know, Carly's coming up, and she's like, Sonny and Ava are in there talking or whatever. And Carly comes up. Right now, at first I thought Sonny had kicked Ava out because he did slam the door in her face. And then I said, I guess they said, "Let's have another scene." And so she's sitting up in there. I said, "Oh, girl, I thought he had kicked you out." But she's sitting in there, and Carly comes in and says, "I'm here to pick up Avery." And Ava said, "What? What you mean?" And she said, "Yeah, Sonny called me a few minutes ago about a sleepover." And she looked at Sonny, she looked at Ava, because clearly Ava didn't know nothing about this. And she said, "What's going on?" And she said they didn't want to say anything. And it was just like, "Everything's good. This is Sonny." And Carly was like, "Whatever." And she said, "Come on, Avery, let's go and have this sleepover." Then she looked at Sonny and Ava again. Carly said, "I'm not, bye." I said, "I know that's right, Carly. Don't get involved in that mess." And so she leaves with Avery. And then we see that Ava tells Sonny, "What you doing getting Carly involved? You telling her about Nicholas?" He said, "No, I'm only going to do that if I have to." And she said, "What does that mean?" It was funny because Ava is just like, "What is going on?" I said, "Ava, how you go from Mason them running you to now Sonny running you?" Oh, Ava Jerome, this isn't my girl. But anyway, so Sonny says, "I'm gonna let Betty lead. I've been had Betty under surveillance. She gonna lead me right to where I need her to lead me to. And when that happens, they won't know what hit them." I said, "Okay, Sonny, we're gonna see, because you got a lot of stuff going on right now." Child, then we move right along and we see who else was on this show today. Let's go to the child, I'm saving my best thoughts for last. Well, not best thoughts, but y'all know what I mean. We're going to okay, let's go to Valentine and okay, no. Are they bringing Lulu back, y'all? Because if not, what's the point in this scene? What was the point in this scene for them not to even show Lulu? That's why I'm like, are you bringing her back? Because if you're not going to show her in the bed, and they're literally just talking to somebody that's probably an extra or something, or production, or just somebody who getting paid. Like, we talking to their legs covered up by a blanket. That's who Lulu and Charlotte were talking. I mean, Dante and Charlotte were talking to. And I said, so y'all bringing Lulu back or not? Because for years now, it's been like, she might come back. She might come back. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think, but I can't say anything about the scene. They were talking to legs, and they were just updating on life. And Charlotte said something about selling the house. So I said, did y'all do all this just so they Dante could go ahead and sell the house? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think. Let's move on. So then we see is it Dante's house or Valentine? It's one of them. Anyways, let's move on. So then we see Laura and, speaking of Lulu, we see Laura and Valentine. They over in Russia trying to find Nicholas. They run into a man. He said, I don't know where Nicholas is. He said, but I know the Castellans, nothing good. Leave him alone wherever he is. And she said, I'm his mother. And he tells her, ma'am, I bought the house, but it was all through lawyers and everything. So I don't know anything. And they believe him, but they said, well, if he's not here, he's probably being held against his will or something. We gotta find him. So they're gonna still keep looking for Nicholas, child. And they said Kevin probably made it to the hospital, so they're gonna keep looking. I said, all right, let's move on then. So then we go to the pool area, right? So Joss is there. And this is when Betty was there with Avery. And so she kicked what she told Avery, let's get out of the pool and go. Avery said she don't ready yet, 5 more minutes. And then she splashed water because she was kicking. And the nanny was like, spoiled brat. I said, girl, you better be glad Jocelyn didn't hear you say that. Now I don't like Jocelyn, but she'll go to war over that her siblings. And so Jocelyn comes up and she's talking to Avery and stuff. And then Avery said, meet my new nanny, Betty. And so they talking right. Now, I don't know why Betty wanted to say this, but she says the only person I know is Jocelyn has a younger half sister. So unless something's going on, you look older. And so Jocelyn is like, what in the heck? Who is you? Who are you? And so she told Avery, come here and tell Betty who I am. And she said, this is my big sister. And Jocelyn told her, yes, our family is very complicated, but I could draw you a diagram, but it doesn't even matter. You won't be around long enough. I said, oh, Lord have mercy. This finna be a mess, and I'm here for it. So then we go, and has Betty played on something else? She looks very familiar. Has she played on something else? Anyways, child. So then we go and we see that Trina's talking to Dex because she could see him looking, and she was like, Dex, and she said, Jocelyn, and he said, no, I'm working. And she was like, okay. So she goes sit down or whatever, and the nanny leaves with Avery. So Jocelyn was finna call Sonny and say, who the heck is this nanny you want hired? And she's rude or whatever. And Trina said, no, 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 I wouldn't do that because I think there's some more to it because Dex was watching that nanny. And she said, what's going on? So I don't know either, girl, but we don't let them figure that out. And she was like, yeah, you're right. So then they started talking about Trina and how Trina and Spencer are haven't talked to each other because she said, and Jocelyn said, well, maybe he's not talking to you because he doesn't want to cause you any problems. And Trina said, and I don't want to cause problems for my mom, so that's why I kind of stand away from him. And but Jocelyn did tell her, if you want Spencer or you need him, he would be there for you immediately. And she said, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. And she said, so I suggest you call him. Like, if you want to see him and you need that support, reach out to him, Trina. He wants to be there for you. And so that's what Trina's like, okay, you're right. So then later on, we see Dex go to Jocelyn, and she's still at the Metro Court, right? And she like she asked him what's going on. She said, Trina said she saw you working earlier. He said, yeah, I am. He said, I was watching Avery and her new nanny. And she said, Avery is my sister. I have a right to know. Real, no, you don't, but okay. No, I'm sorry, just because you're family doesn't mean you have to know all the information. You know what I mean? And so he tells her, I don't know. He said, I can't tell you nothing because I don't know what's going on. Sonny just told me to do it, but I think it has something to do with Avery Jerome. So then From there, we see Spencer is talking to Esme, and she's like, "Aren't you concerned about Laura? She hasn't contacted me, which I mean, I don't expect her to, but I'm concerned she hasn't contacted you, and she's the only nice person to me." And he was like, "Esme, yes, I'm concerned about her or whatever." He snaps at her, and it's like sometimes you have a lot on your mind, and you don't need somebody coming and bringing their worries onto you. So I get why Spencer snapped at her or whatever, and she was like, "I'm sorry, but being mean to me isn't gonna do anything." He was like, "I got a lot on my mind with Trina and all of that." And she was like, "Okay." She said, "Want to take Ace to the park?" He said, "How about we take him to the pool or whatever?" And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, we could do that." Oh, y'all, they were about to take him, right? But Miss Trina showed up. And first of all, I don't know who they got doing Trina's hair, but they need to go and tell some of them girls from Days, this is how you do it. Because her hair is very pretty. Like when Trina first started out, it was she was wearing the braids, and but as she has got on this show, and I don't know if she making a little bit more money from the show or what's going on, but that hair and makeup and everything has been on point. Trina's a pretty girl anyways, but the girls from Days and need to ask Trina what's going on, and Young and the Restless girls what's going on, because baby, those wigs that they be wigging with, but Lord knows I can't talk, so let's move on. We see Trina shows up, and Spencer, he don't want to go to the park no more. He want to talk to Trina. And so Esme is like, I heard about your dad, and Spencer told me about he could be paralyzed and all that. And she was like, yeah, it's been really stressful. And then Spencer looking at Esme like, and she says, I'm gonna go check on Ace and take him to the park. Because remember, she was supposed to take him swimming. It was the park at first, but Spencer said, let's take him swimming. So now she's gonna take him to the park by herself, right? Plus he's about to wake up from his nap, and so he's like, all right, cool. And so Trina and Spencer are talking, and she says, everything's been so stressful, and it's been hard these last couple of days, but um she needs him. And he says, I know that, but the best thing for you is to stay away from me. He's like, your mama don't like me, and it's straight like, you don't want to add stress to your mama, and having me around adds stress to her. And so he said, how about, because even Esme told Spencer, because he was telling her about Portia not liking him, and she said, "Why don't you just contact Trina? Why don't you just contact her and reach out, because I'm sure she want to hear from you." So they find out that they did want to hear from each other, but he tells her, with your mama feeling the way she feels, and I'm sick of Portia, but okay. That it's hard for them to have a relationship or whatever. I said, why y'all put these two together just to do this? I don't like it. And so she said, they gonna see each other on the low, child. That's what it boils down to. They gonna see each other on the low. She's not gonna tell her mama, but whenever she needs a break or the world is too tough and too much for her, she gonna run over to Spencer's, and he gonna ease her mind or whatever. She gonna spend some time with him or what, but she not gonna let her mama know. I said, so we back to that. We're back to that. Okay, okay, okay. Don't put these two together no more. Don't do this no more. So, anyways, we leave it at that. So then she says, "Well, right now I could use you." So they're chilling out or whatever. Then we go into this bedroom with Esme, child, and she talking to baby Ace. And I said, "What y'all been feeding baby Ace?" I love me a plump baby. He is plump. But baby Ace is there, and she tells him, "Well, we were supposed to go swimming, but now Trina's here, and I guess Spencer's priority is Trina over us. I know I guess I don't know where we stand." I said, wait a minute, what? And then she said, so I guess that's how it's gonna be. He's gonna choose them first. Unless, I said, unless what? Esme, don't you do this. I can't stand this girl, but I like her. She's such a good actress. So I said, Esme, don't you get to doing this again. Don't you get to scheming and stuff again. Why? You had a baby by his daddy. Oh, the ghetto of it all. You want this man and you had his daddy's baby. No. so ghetto. You want to make Spencer the child's father? You want Spencer, girl? Ooh. Spencer gonna be his stepdad, brother to Ace? Girl. No, that's too ghetto for me. I'm out. Esme is Esme. Whether she got that memory back or not, she gonna Esme, and that's all it is to it. Y'all, it is the weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all, be safe, be blessed. You know, I know it's the weekend, and I know y'all gonna do it anyways. But stay cool and stay hydrated. Eat, drink water, even if you really don't. Be like, I'm not really thirsty. Just take a few sips or something, because baby, this heat is heating out here. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you Monday for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, General Hospital Edition. Don't forget, I have a podcast that comes out every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 a.m. Now, I hadn't been doing it because I went on vacation. And then this week, I completely forgot to do my Wednesday episode, but I will be doing my 7 a.m. Saturday episode. It will be dropping on Lanikia. My Lanikia channel, the channel you're watching this on. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye. Be blessed.